Hello again, traders. This is my second video for the day. I said that I would hop back on and do a quick overview if I decided to take a short position or another short position in natural gas. So here I am. Shortly after we ended that last video, I hopped into a short trade based on the price action. If you haven't taken the time to subscribe to my videos, please do so and definitely share with your friends. I am really trying to document my progress as a trader. I have some pretty high financial goals for myself, and this is all futures trading and some stock trading, some ETF trading in my challenge account, which I am hoping to grow to 50,000 in the next year. So I would love it if you guys would join me for that journey. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already, and please share with me what your goals are down in the comment section. I would really love to see all of us progress as traders together and meet those goals. If there's anything that you'd like me to go over that you don't see me going over, please let me know. I am in the LPP chat group, TechBud Solutions on Facebook and in Discord. So you can message me there. You can also leave comments, but I may or may not see them. I apologize if I ignore you. It's not intentional. Anywho, again, remember these videos are just educational and entertaining. Please do not take any positions based on anyone else's analysis, and try not to modify your own trading based on someone else's analysis. I have lost more money doubting myself, listening to someone else, or changing my trading in some way based on what someone else's opinion is, then I even want to talk about. I do best when I do my analysis, set my convictions, make my plan, and I move forward with the position, and then I ever have listening to someone else's thoughts. We all trade differently, so it doesn't mean that the other person's necessarily wrong in their analysis. It's just that they are looking at the position in a different way than you are. You could be wrong, they could be wrong, depending on the time frame. You could both be right, or you could both be wrong. So anyhow, here is the natural gas 180-day chart. As you can see, we're still in this downtrending channel. We're up in this overhead supply zone right now. I talked a bit about accumulation and distribution cycles before, so make sure to take a look at that. It's important stuff for you to pay attention to. I'm going to zoom in here. So as you can see, we are up at this 200 moving average. I use a 200, a 50, and a 9, as well as only the middle VWAP. I'm considering getting rid of a few of those, but every time I take these ones off, I feel naked. So for now, I'm going to leave them. Still think that price has the potential to move up into this hypothetical price zone, but I'm not sure. I'm holding QG short with the idea that I'm going to see a move down into this demand zone. It doesn't have to do that. I have my my stop loss set not far away from where we are now, so we'll see how that trade plays out. And the reason that I took the short position, the longer term short position in /QG, is that it has a lower price per tick, and I get really uncomfortable with the idea of losing money, which is an inevitability in stock trading, but I'd like to limit it as much as possible. So here we are in the 20-day 1 hour. Still, we've got prices hitting previous resistance zones, supply zones, however you want to identify those. On this chart, however, though, we are up above the moving averages. And just to me, this feels like a lot of confusion. Price is not quite sure what it wants to do. Could still swing up pretty high, could still swing down. So we're just going to keep a really close eye on that. Let's get down to the 5-minute chart, and I will stop talking your ear off so that we can all get back to trading. So I took a couple of positions yesterday, but I ended up getting out before bedtime last night, and I did that based on intuition. So I took yesterday's position here at 1.933, anticipating that we were going to come down and actually make the movements that we've made this morning, because it looked like we were forming a little head and shoulders at the top of the channel. That didn't happen. As you can see, I had my stop loss placed up above this high. I actually think that I popped it substantially higher up. Now I don't remember. You'll have to watch that video and figure out where it is. But on intuition, I decided to go ahead and sell out here. I think I made $20 or $30. You can do the math. But as you can see, overnight, the price did go ahead and pop up into this overhead zone. So I'm glad that I sold. I don't care that it's just $20. My commissions are around $6 for a round trip on these because there are still commissions on futures. I am happy to have made $30 and to wake up still green for the morning. And I'll show you my QG position shortly just so that you can see that one hasn't. I set a much wider stop on that position because I am willing to hold it a little bit longer. So here we go. This morning I decided to go short just after we got off the video. I'm watching this price action. You know, we had a big wick up in here to 9.65 in the supply zone. To me, that means that there's a high probability of prices moving down low because they have dropped out of this area several times in the past. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have to, but that I felt that the likelihood of it doing so was pretty strong, especially after seeing this doji, then a couple of bull bars, another doji, then 2 bull bars that did not exceed that previous price level, and then I observed these 3 bull candles and decided to buy in at the close of this 3rd red candle. And then I did something that I very rarely ever do. I got up and I cooked myself breakfast. I took the dogs outside. I had my stop loss order set, but I did set that stop pretty high. I want to say that I had my stop order set actually at 2.05 because I'm still anticipating that we might get a wick up into that area. I don't know that prices will stay up here very long, but I think it's reasonable to assume that we could get a big wick up in that direction. So my initial stop loss was up here, and that's why I've got an alert set there. I was only in with 1 contract, so had we gone to 2.05, I probably would have taken another contract if I had time, and then I would have reset my stop loss right around this area and sold out both positions had price continued progressing in that direction. But I didn't feel like the likelihood of that was very high. Okay. And my longer term price targets for natural gas, again, are down in these hypothetical zones. I decided to go ahead and cover my position here, though, at the 200 moving average. My zones are a little bit closer together than many people care to have them, but I tend to scalp more frequently than anything else. I am working on my swing trading game. I think in the long term, I need to get better at holding positions, identifying the bigger and better moves, and not managing the positions so closely. But for right now, scalping is where I am still most comfortable. But if you have seen any of my really early trades, you'll know that I am definitely holding them longer than I used to. It used to be a candle or 2. And sometimes I still scalp for 1 or 2 candles, depends on what I'm trading. When I trade the T-bond futures, I definitely don't hold very long at all because those freak me out. But the price moves quickly enough that it's okay for me. So again, sold here, and let's pull up what my profit is on this trade. It was at 250 at one point. I didn't sell at the lowest point for me to cover, but so you can see that the different shades here. This in between area is an area. in between price action zones, so our supply and demand zone. So this is a previous demand zone, and this is a previous supply zone. It's also not uncommon for price to, once it makes a big move like this, I think it's a big move for a scalper. It's not uncommon for price to retrace 50% of the previous move on a pullback. And if it does look like price is getting ready to dip down, I will probably take another short position. As you can see here on the active trading ladder, the majority of the orders that are in place right now are here in this area. I would love to see price come back up here. I would probably take another short position right at 965 if it does. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking to short again around 945 probably. But as you can see, I made 190 in this trade. My goal is 5% per trade or per day in this account. I haven't quite gotten there yet. This is a smaller account for me. One of the reasons that I'm trading futures in this account is that there is no PDT. And there is also not the limitation of $25,000, which I do not have in this challenge account. All right, well, if you have any questions about taking short positions, I'm not the most experienced person in the world, but it's something that I'm learning, practicing good risk management, making my entries better. I'm much more comfortable entering in the middle of a trade, or not in the middle, near the beginning of a movement, versus waiting for confirmation. Based on standard moving averages. There are times that I do it, but only for really, really quick scalps. For instance, I could have waited until this candle closed below the moving average, the 9 moving average, or waited until this one dipped down below the low of that, and I could have still sold for a pretty decent little profit down at the 200. It's just not my preference. Really quick before I hop off, let me switch over to QG so that you can see that position. And again, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Right, so as you can see, I have OCO orders in place. So my target on this is 1.8. I would love to see the price action move down into that area before I sell. We'll see. I'm currently down 62.50 on this trade, but I feel pretty comfortable about that. The stop on the upside is 1.985. I may decide to go ahead and move that. I'm not super sure. We'll see what the price action looks like on the open today. Again, these are the micro futures from the CME group, and I am experimenting on trading these with my longer term swing trades in the futures markets, just because they move a little bit, or they move in line with the natural gas prices, I'm sorry, but the risk per tick is substantially lower. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and hop out. I hope that everybody has a phenomenal day trading. Please, again, share the videos with your friends and like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye.